What's up, Knights of X? Welcome to the first round for the second week of the 3v3 season. Not a terrible first week. We went 2-1, being away on a bachelor party. Didn't have my normal setup, and we were able to win 2 rounds away. The one matchup I was home, I failed. I lost a fatal, very close in the end. Could not get it done, though. But we're here to bounce back, strong in week 2. And with the introduction of Satele Shan, things are going to get interesting. So I'm really looking forward to this round. With the 2-1 week 1, we are currently at 3862. I want to get that higher. Let's get this back to the 39s, 4,000 skill rating, back to the top 50. Our opponent for today, BBS from the guild Green Alliance. I have faced many players from this guild. They know what they're doing. Decent legacy score. Might be a later game player that didn't start right away. So legacy score doesn't really tell a whole lot. They could be very good. 15.7. A lot bigger than your boy Vex. A lot bigger. And I'm assuming, just going to assume they're going to have a little bit more Relic 10s. I could be totally wrong here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm totally wrong. They do not have the Relic 10 department. I have actually the lead in Relic 10s. I think I have one more than them. So, I think I have Lord Vader over them. Relatively all the same, I think. Datacrons are a big factor. Pretty normal here. Focus Datacrons are all decent here. Didn't go as hard for Armor and Instinct. They don't have the Night Trooper Cron, but they do have the Crosshair and Moff Gideon. All the focus Datacrons here doing very, very good job for the power for hire. So, that's what we're working with and what they're working with. My board. So, I didn't want to set Satele. I wanted to set Satele, but I didn't because I want to do some testing with her on offense. And primarily, she's going to be a mostly offensive tune and character anyway. But for the first round, you always want to test it out. My opponent is, looks like they're attacking as we speak. They got the one shot on my Stranger Maul team. They're attacking Traya. I changed up my defense a little bit. I took out OG Hondo with my Pirate King Hondo and put Quiggold as a double tank variant to mess with the Kylo counter. Hopefully that can work. Rey, Ben, Cal, changed out Fennec for Forlom just to see if that could do anything. I know the level 6 has a Forlom synergy. Up top, I put my OG Hondo with Balin to try to cause some issues. He does have a level 3 boost from that focus Datacron. Other than that, relatively the same. My back wall, I will show you. I think I left it all the same. I just added the Kyle Katarn Cron level 9 because I was able to reroll it for week 2. So, don't have that many high defense Crons. Looks like they got 2 one-shots. Very good, very good. What I have to deal with, the brand new Satele on defense. That's a great way to do some testing. Love it. We also have Ahsoka with Barris and Hermit Yoda. So that's a very interesting team. It's kind of like a, I want to stall you out and just try to get a win. So it's pretty interesting. Over here, both Hondos with Vane, Jabba and Darth Vader dual Zen at only 4-star. So I have the advantage there. Then we have Kix, Inquisitor, Barris, Bad Batch, Enoch, and Master Mace. So, what I want to decide here is definitely going to go for Satele first. I don't know if I want to do Great Mothers or do a Sith Eternal solo, because what I'm thinking is I could probably just do Great Mothers here and make this a total breeze, but do we want to have a little bit of fun? That's the question. We might want to have a little bit of fun today, so we'll see what I'm going to do. Definitely going to start with Satele, but let's figure out what she can do on defense, if it's even anything, but I have a feeling it's not going to be too good. Okay, first battle, Satele Shan, and after looking at the Datacron, I'm changing up my mind. Wait till you see this Datacron. It's probably one of the highest stat Crons I've ever seen for protection specifically. It's insane. So, before I look into the Datacron, 311 speed, 362k protection. That's absurd. They have a 25% turn meter and 155% protection. That is the highest protection Datacron I have ever seen. I don't know what to say. Has anyone else seen a protection Cron this high? That is absurd. So the true damage is going to be intense. So kind of scared about Great Mothers. I'm going to try Sith Eternal solo. Going dark side buff in a basic with my highest protection Cron, a little bit of health. Armor pen is okay. It's mostly surviving. As soon as I get to my insta-kill, I'm going to be fine. But holy moly, is that a scary amount of protection. Let's see how hard they actually hit with the true damage. I don't know. I mean, that's not bad for a GL. Look at that. Hadouken. Alright, I can heal. Alright, now it looks like it's going to be mitigated, yeah. This is looking like it's going to be a full banner win. Wow. That is literally full max banners. You guys saw that Cron. It was a crazy data Cron. 155% protection, but a little too easy for Sith Eternal. Even with the crazy amount of stats there, that was a breeze. Now, obviously, using a Galactic Legend is a win for my opponent, but nowadays, what are you guys using Sith Eternal for specifically besides combining it with Bane for, like, a super team? He's mostly there to, like, solo some of those off-meta teams, so I don't think that's bad value. Now I can use Great Mothers against Ahsoka, and it kind of opens up more options for other teams, so really happy that I got a full 69 WeeHoo banner win against Satele. I straight up have been having a very hard time against Vane Cron this season. I felt like the first day I nailed it. I thought the counter was locked in, but I have failed ever since the first day because of all these different types of combinations of comps. The OG Hondo comp is very, very dangerous, but it might be okay for Kylo. Looking at the data Cron, Terminator in the beginning, max health damage 6, Vane 9 with defense, critical damage, and 69% health. So at least a Terminator gain is going to be shut down by Hux. I'm going with a 25% Terminator Cron for Darkseid myself with Pure Glass Cannon, Armor Pen, offense, and crit damage because I can have all the defense in the world. Nothing's going to stop that true damage from landing. It's going to kill me. So I got to control and stun lock Vane, but also be cautious of the sides. I lost this last night against SM33. So I'm hoping OG Hondo is a little bit easier. I don't know for sure. Okay, I'm taking my time on this. Always seems to happen that way. Okay, I am going to do this. That kind of works out, I guess, but he doesn't have advantage, so they're gaining a bunch of turn meter. That's the problem. We almost got a big one-shot there. Alright, good timing here, because I'm going to stun Vane. Again, I gotta keep more of an eye on Hux's advantage, because I did that once, and he didn't have advantage, and the turn swap was useless. Okay, I've been told not to do that, so I'm not gonna do it. I'm listening. I'm gonna wait till I'm in ultimate. Alright, I'm gonna wait one more turn to pop ult. I'm gonna do this. I'm not doing it yet. I don't want to be greedy. Okay. Now I'm going to do lightning once I'm out of this. Okay, that's a great start. This is looking okay. This might just be a win. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe OG Hondo is really good to shutting down other counters, like maybe JMK, but kind of maybe it makes it a little bit easier for Kylo. So you got to kind of pick your poison. Apparently, there are certain comps where it's going to be JMK, Cat, and Wat Tambor opens up the gates, and there's going to be comps that opens up Kylo. So happy that worked for me. And it wasn't too bad of a banner loss. We lost one banner. We got a really bad cooldown increase with Hux in the beginning, but it could have been way, way worse. Happy for the one shot. Next up, Ahsoka with Barris and Hermit Yoda. They're going for a complete I want to make you time out and lose, because you wait till you see this data Cron. Relic 10 Ahsoka. Very annoying characters on the sides. 368% defense. That is very high. Like, really dangerous. 9% health. The good thing is that Spirit doesn't care about defense or armor. When she has Foresight, she has 100% offense and her attacks ignore armor. So that defense, null and void. So what I'm going to do is go with a Darkseid speed up on a basic to make sure I can get as many turns as possible with my highest critical damage Cron. The armor pen here is not going to really matter. Defense for some survivability. I can't picture us timing out to an Ahsoka without the tank tech from Watt. So let's do it. We're going to get rid of Barris first. And I got to make sure I put this on Spirit and not make that mistake. Alright, I mean, not ideal, but We'll deal with it. See? The defense does not matter. I'm going to definitely put it on Yoda for now. Realistically, I probably should have saved that to land the armor shred. But I really don't think it's going to matter. I think what I did with Satele was the right call. Because I have 4 minutes to get through her. I have defense down. Not too bad. Getting defense pen up. 132k. I'll take that. And once I land some more armor shreds, the other characters are going to do even more damage. So that's going to be an armor shred. Good damage. For like 10. There's only a 1 delta gap. So that's why I think having a higher Relic Spirit on a Great Mother team is better than having a higher Relic Morgan or Great Mothers. I think Spirit is your damage dealer and the most important for taking out the Relic 10 Ahsoka. So the 1 delta gap is nice. Let's get rid of that taunt. I mean, obviously she's going to be tanky. She is a Galactic Legend, but I'm feeling very confident. A second set of armor shred. An assist. Okay, yeah, we're absolutely fine. What, one more turn? Try not to steal too many banners if possible. Oh, so close. And that should be it. Full banners against Ahsoka. Like, honestly, I felt like they put a lot... Unless they have a lot of high defense crons, that seems like kind of like a waste. Because if your opponent does bring Great Mothers on offense, it makes it null and void. Like, really good value for me. I think the only way to protect Ahsoka from Great Mothers this season is if you put her with Ezra with the Terminator Cron. Otherwise, it really opens up the door. Being able to ignore defense with Spirit is massive, and it showed here. High defense Cron or not, we walked right through it. Sticking to this lovely counter because it has not failed me this season, and it works great. I think there are certain variations of the enemy comp on defense that could shut it down, but with that low of a Relic Vader and my Datacron, I think I'm going to be fine. So, 4-star Relic 2, maxed out Darth Vader Dual Zen Focus Datacron. Really good stats. Going with Aphra IG-88 BT1 with the IG-88 Datacron. The Bounty Hunter level 6, the cooldown reduction level 3, which is key, with good potency, crit chance, and a little bit of crit chance and high crit damage. I honestly wish I had a little bit more crit chance to ensure I can get the reset. So, let's do it. It hasn't failed me yet, but I'm sure there's variables where it can lose. Like, I already think I didn't get a good crit there, so that could be a problem. Alright, that's good. Is he missing an Omicron? Wow, he's missing an Omicron. I was going to say, he didn't revive. I think I want to basic, because the Relic Delta is too big. Yeah, I was going to say, Relic Delta. So this is like the first Vader Duel's End that does not have the second Omicron, I think. It's, you know, the only thing with it is that you lose 3 banners because BT literally kills your own team. Which is kind of annoying, but I guess with the lore standpoint and how hard he hits, I guess it's kind of interesting. But regardless, I don't have to use a Galactic Legend. Doesn't seem that stressful at the moment for me. And it worked out great. So Aphra, this counter, Aphra versus Darth Vader Duel's End this season, is locked in. It's my go-to for sure. Last team on this bottom wall is Jabba, and I do not feel comfortable with Wampa this season at the moment because of the current Datacrons that we're working with, and especially the stats. Wait until you see this. So, regular Jabba squad. Terminator in the beginning. Not going to matter against Kenobi. Max health damage 6. Another 387% defense Cron. All my opponents have these. I seem to be the only one that doesn't have these insanely high defense Crons. I have a couple, but nothing like that. So, maybe I'm getting unlucky or I'm not investing enough. I don't know. The Cron I'm going with, the light side protection up level 3, with very high armor pen to deal with that defense, crit damage, protection, and some health. I hope this is okay. I hope. I don't want to drop on Jabba with Kenobi. The whole point of doing this is so I can guarantee a win. But I guess nothing's guaranteed in this game. Like, that's a really poor hit. I like the bonus turn. Not a fan of that. At least he's hitting and not whiffing. I like that. It's actually working out for me with all these assists. Rather you not go for Cat. See, that's the defense. Gotta be very careful. It's 5 thermals. Okay, cool. Now, I think I just go for Chrysanthemum because I have to deal with him regardless, and I want to start landing as much armor shred as possible because we're going to tickle him. Look at the damage. You see that? It's nothing. That's so frightening. But I don't know if going for Jabba first is going to make it any easier. I'm happy I have Mace in here to help with the turns and the shatter point. But I literally need Cat to do a lot of the heavy carrying. Alright, we're heading in the right direction. I think this is better than I thought. Their armor shred there is very helpful. So having this amount of armor pen is helping to mitigate half of that defense at least. I'm going to pass this first and then do the armor shred. Go here. Okay, not a bad hit. He's not close to ult yet, so I'm not feeling too scared about that. It's the second armor shred. Defense is crushed. Okay. We'll put this on Cat, because those thermals are going to explode. Maybe here? Alright, there we go. Hopefully that wasn't a mistake. I think that was the right call. Do you think Wampa's going to be able to get through that easy with that amount of defense? I really don't know. And I don't feel like risking it today. We're trying to go for the wins on this account. So, full banner win. JMK is not failing against Jabba this season. Very nice. Let's see if our efforts were worth it. So, looks like we're ahead of my opponent by a decent amount. So, they must have dropped in that front wall. What they are hiding. Okay. Rey. Ben Ezra with the Yoda Cron. Okay, Yoda and Chewie. There's no stranger on defense, so I do have Satele on offense. What can I use Satele on that'd be a worthy test? I wonder if I want to use Satele on Rey Ben Ezra. I don't know if that's a good idea. I gotta think about that, actually. I want to think about that. I have him on offense. This is the toughest team remaining. I think my opponent dropped. Let me take a quick look. I'm assuming they did. Yeah, they did. Okay. So I have that little bit of wiggle room. But do I want to throw the Grand Arena right now? That's the question. If I wasn't to use Satele on this team, I'd probably have to go with Leia, right? These are all very tough decisions because that team with that Cron and the stats that it gives is kind of frightening. So, I got to think about this for a second. I kind of want to try Satele, but honestly, I don't even think I can get through Ezra. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. Alright, I made up my mind. I don't think Satele's going to have any shot now that I think about it. I think it's way too high health. Ezra's a pain in the butt. You can't assist on him. I don't know, guys. Unless I'm missing something, I can't imagine Satele working against Ezra. But we're going to go with option 2. Leia. But their Cron, like I showed you earlier, is so dangerous. The health, the crit avoid, the defense, it's purely defensive. It's so obnoxious that I have to force to use a very strong Cron. So regular Leia squad, Wampa's focus Datacron. The offense and the critical damage are key. The armor pen's going to help Leia, and I believe that's it, because he's special damage, I believe. Yeah, so the armor pen's only going to help Leia. This isn't even a guaranteed win either, so we'll see. I mean, that's really good damage, but that's nice. Can I get a one-shot? Okay, I got the crit. That's nice. How do I want to do this? I kind of want to just get damage immunity and get rid of that Inspire. Or just do that. I mean, that's nice too. I'd rather do this. How do I want to do this? He's just gonna revive. Look at that crit avoid. Can I get a stun? Crit? No crit. There it was. Okay. Unfortunately, we have heal immunity, which I do not like. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Uh-oh. Do I be greedy? You know what? I don't think I can get these banners back. I think the AoE is going to win the match anyway, so I'm going to do it. Yeah, I can't get the banners back. He had heal immunity because I could not stop Ben from taking that turn to apply that very annoying ability, and it lasts a long time, so stalling it that long might not have even been worth it. So, alright, I'm going to have to absorb a 55, which is not ideal. Had to use Wampa Cron, but I'm telling you, if you're facing a Yoda and Chewie Cron with Rey, you gotta go more expensive. So, you're not going to see Wampa doing any solos today, but I'm not going to also get stuck on Rey, Ben, Ezra with a very insane Datacron. This team was insane last round for me. I got stuck on a Relic 10 Luthen Saw team. I'm not playing around. I have Bane available. I'm going to use Bane. We're going to overkill it. And even if this is overkill, I don't even care. They had the light side buffs on a basic, Wordy Mercenary 6, Kyle Katarn 9, Armor Pen Health, High Defense, Crit Chance, and Offense. So, Bane, you're bringing them out. Dark Side Speed Up on a basic, Crit Chance, Crit Damage, High Defense, and Armor Pen to deal with their defense. Just make this a little easier for me. I do not want to deal with Saw Gerrera. I mean, I'm already, like, not liking that. I know, like, I'm just not a big fan of that. I'm already freaking out. Come on. Okay, thank God. I'm like, what is going on here? Okay, so Bane got it done. The team is so scary. Last round, Inquisitors failed. Gaz failed. I think I tried a number of different squads, and they all lost. It's so dangerous. There's a resurgence back with that team being very good because of the Mercenary 6 and the Kyle Katarn 9. So, and high defense as well as a stat. Totally okay with using Bane there. Sticking to a more comfortable counter really quick before I dive into the other teams. I think Inquisitors are really good at taking out their own because Inquisitor Barris kind of gets walked over by Reva. It's the Inquisitor Barris focused Datacron, good stats. Going with 3rd Sister, Grand Inquisitor, 7th Sister. Dark Side buff on a basic. Armor Pen Health, Crit Damage, High Crit Chance, and some Potency. They literally apply Deathmark to themselves. That's why this is so easy. And there is going to be a Delta Gap. But even if there wasn't, it's still not a bad battle. So that's Deathmark, and that's Deathmark. That's what we want. That's easy. And now, let's see if I could try to stall this. That's going to be another Deathmark. I probably can't stall it because of the double Deathmark. So, unfortunately, the last time I did it on my ult account, I got a 56 because I was able to stall the battle out. But They literally all apply Death Mark to themselves because they all have a cleanse. So, she unfortunately got it a little too early. But it is what it is. I'd rather get wins than fail. And if my opponent dropped, which they did, and I don't drop, then the efficiency shouldn't matter at the moment. But I have to make sure I do not drop. Again, sticking to a more comfortable counter really quick. JML does really well against Bad Batch, so we're going to use him here. This is running a Wrecker in the variant. Max Health Protection 3, Wordy Bad Batch 6, Crosshair 9. 180% armor pen, health, crit damage, and potency. I want to save my protection Cron for Satele. I still want to have some fun with her, so we're going to try her out. Going the light side buffs on a special, the protection recovery 6 for mercenaries, and the Cal Kestis 9 with high armor pen, defense, crit damage, and some resistance pen. Obviously, I don't have any extra protection as a stat, so I'm not going to hit as hard underneath, but I still think I'm going to be okay. Rather go for the stun over here. Alright, not the end of the world. I just don't want to get them to get, like, carried away with this Terminator train. You know what? Let's just get rid of Yo. I don't even think it matters the Cron. I think it's just easy. Yeah. Little overkill, but I'm totally okay with it because getting a full banner against Bad Batch is nice. And I don't think I was going to use JML for any of the other teams. I have quite a bit remaining. Want to figure out where I'm going to use Satele. That doesn't feel like massive overkill, but also a good challenge. I definitely don't want to use her against Great Mothers because I think if they remove her protection, that's going to kill our damage. So I'm going to try to figure out the right comp to go against. Okay, so I decided... let's use Satele against a team that has a focused Datacron. Because everything else is Master Mace, 4-star Asaj Ventress. I'd rather start with the stronger of the focused Datacrons currently in 3v3 to try to get a chance. I really wish there was a Stranger Maul team on defense. He was on offense. So we're going to have her cook against the clones. Maxed out focused Datacron. They have the Omicron on Rex. It's only a Relic 5 Cody. But it's a very dangerous team. If you look at the win rates on Swoga.gg, there's not that many consistent high stuff. So... I'm going with a 25% Terminator Cron with armor pen, high protection, and some crit chance. Let's have some fun with Satele. She's been awesome so far. That's fast. That's really fast. Okay, is that a savior already? Did I get a stun? No. I want to get the perfect defense and taunt first. Cleanse. This is going to recover protection. Boom. Just go here. I mean, it does a lot of damage out of all those attacks out of turn. This is going to remove Terminator. I love that ability. She's so good. And it's up again. Like, look at that. Straight Kamehameha. It's just the coolest thing in the world. And then all this true damage. Guys, she's great. She really is so much fun. I know that might be considered massive overkill, but she's honestly, when you look at her kit, more catered for offense anyway. She has protection recovery, cooldown decreases. You can manipulate the AI to your abilities so well. Love her middle ability so much. The stun, the perfect defense, the taunt, the extra offense, and defense pen. I have to say, she's living up to expectations. She may not be the best defensive team, but she for sure is so much fun to use. So Satele, 10 out of 10. Great Mothers are next, and I now have a better Datacron that I can work with because I got mission up to Relic 6 instead of Relic 5. Hopefully everything works the same as last time. It was a little bit more dicey against Fatal. They had a higher Relic team, but it's still a dangerous Datacron. 25% Terminator, 267% defense, 31% health. It's as dangerous as it comes. But, like I said, there's been improvements to the Datacron. Light side buffs on a special, the Wordy Mercenary 6, and the Zalbar 9. So whenever I gain protection, I'll be gaining Foresight, which is nice. I have Resistance Penetration, which is great for Revan, high defense, crit damage, and health. The problem is that defense doesn't matter against Spirit. That's what I'm worried about, but Hopefully this is a breeze. Okay, that's already a good sign. I think I should be going for Spirit, but... That's the max health getting lowered. A lot. So it's going to be a similar situation where it's going to be a 1v1 with Revan. This keeps happening. It's the same thing as last time. And if he loses to Morgan, there's something seriously, seriously wrong. So this does not seem to be a good banner win. Especially, I think it's the high defense. It's got to be. If he loses to Morgan... This seems to be the same thing. Last two matchups, 50-50. Like, that is just straight up not what I want. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I think it's just not a good banner win. I can't get Zalbar to live, but I really honestly think it's because of the very high defense on the Datacrons. That's simply it. We're not dealing enough damage quick enough, and his max health is getting lowered, so... At least it's a one-shot. Only 4 teams remaining. Asaj is going to be next, and I have enough in the tank to go very, very heavy on it. Only 4-star, I believe. Maxed out focus Datacron. Don't want to take it lightly. Queen Amidala it is. 25% turn meter, high armor pen, crit damage, and some health steal. Should be a breeze. Especially, like, right here. She might just go down. Like, yeah, I think she's going to go down to, like, an AoE. From Padawan Obi-Wan. Or the whole team does. It's, yeah. Like I said, it's massive overkill, but want to pick up some of those banner losses that we had from the previous battles. And there's a General Skywalker next, and the Datacron looks kind of scary, so I wanted to make sure I had my last remaining GL for him. So let's see if it was worth it. This is the gas team I was talking about. When you look at the Datacron, you're going to see it's pretty good, and I don't want to mess around with it. Terminator in the beginning, high protection, and armor pen. So it's going to be chunky to get through them. So I'm thinking Jabba Solo for banners and the Wookiee-focused Datacron for Yoda and Chewie. High health, crit avoidance, and defense. Very good efficiency. All I got to do is eat them. So I think I'm just going to stick to auto basic. And hopefully this isn't a dumb move. When I do these types of things, I always think of the other end. If I have a solo Jabba I gotta get through, am I bringing in General Skywalker to get through him? Probably not, because he's never gonna be strong enough to get him down. Ever. So that's kind of like my mindset to why I'm doing a solo. Why do I need the whole team when I can get the full banner win with just Jabba? Just stick to basics. He's gonna get to his ultimate, you eat him. I don't think any amount of armor shred in the world is gonna stop him from getting through. Or help him get through Jabba. I'm kind of liking Jabba on offense, I'm not going to lie. He does have quite a bit of counters on defense, and he makes you have to think a little bit. But if Wampa's going to solo him, he's going to have some good use on offense. Okay, there we go. We're at ultimate. I went 2 turns too quickly. He's down. Go back to auto basic. That animation is hilarious. How much is he healing? 125k? That's absurd. That's a big heal. Yeah, guys, this strategy works pretty good. And then once we get down to solo Rex, we'll just do full auto instead of auto basic. There we go. Can't tell if he's taking 2 or 1 turns. I can't tell. Okay, full auto. And you miss. Alright, this should still be higher banners. Yeah, we're good. He's dead. Yep, that's what I mean. Why would I have to bring in the full squad when I can just guarantee the banner recovery with a solo Galactic Legend like that? So, really good value for Jabba for what's remaining. We still got to deal with Master Mace and an Enoch team, but I should have way more than enough to get through them. When I see Mace, I think of the Sith, because prior to the Attacker Cron, he could never deal with Sith. So we're going to use them here. All Relic 9, Omicron, Terminator in the beginning, health, crit damage, and armor pen. The good thing is now that Dark Side can now compete with Light Side Terminator Crons, because I'm going to go with a Dark Side Terminator Cron with health, crit damage, high defense, and offense. I'm going to have enough max health gains throughout the battle to be able to one-shot them. The annoying thing is that Bastila gets captive. So again, I want to look at this. I am going to do that to get rid of the Foresight. I want to get the Shock here. Didn't land it. Who's he going to put under stealth? Obviously a little annoying there. And we have blind, so not ideal. Because now I'm going to whiff. Because I got it. We didn't land the Shock. So it makes it a little bit more challenging. I also do not like it when they target Bastila. At least she's taking turns now. Oh my god. Okay. Didn't like that. Did not like that. I know you might have liked that. I'm not a fan of that. Like, why do you have to do that? Why do you have to hit Bastila for that amount of damage? Even with all that defense. How much armor pen did they have? 69. There's a lot of 69s today. Well, that's just a banner stealer. I don't think I'm going to lose, but I'm not happy. Also, is there a crit chance? I'm always so curious. Our thing is crit avoidance. Look at this. Hold on. Where is it? 80% crit avoid. Where is it? I just assume whenever you face a Malgus team, you're never going to crit. Because back in the day, when Malgus first came out, we were trying gas against Malgus, and you were never landing crits. Ever. Unless you got the armor shred to land, it was never, ever happening. So, I just always like to assume my Malgus is never going to get crit. Or my team, ever. But, I'm wrong. Alright, we're going to win. But, I wonder how efficient my opponent was with the rest of their battles. Because I did not drop, but this has not been my cleanest play. Not by any means. So, I need to take a look-see to see where we are in terms of banners after this next one. When we face Enoch. Alright, very good. We salvaged it to a 54. That's the best case scenario for what we can do with Bastila losing and dying. But, yeah, sometimes, like, Depa just pops off, and, like, I always feel like the person with Captive is just getting royally screwed over. They can never bounce back, but, hey, a win's a win, I guess. Last team remaining. It's going to be the Enoch team. No level 9. I'm going super big, but I want to showcase what I have remaining. I have a lot remaining. DTMG, Radis, Maz, Master Mace, Gas, Bo-Katan, Gungans, Bad Batch. I have some options, but I think the most fun is going to be Seer with Malgus, so I'm going to try it. They have the critical damage stacking 3, which is kind of frightening. Irresistible Imperial Remnant 6 with armor pen, crit damage, tenacity, protection, and crit chance. The thing about my team is I cannot get stunned. I think. Right? I could be wrong about that. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure I can. I don't know. I don't remember now. Anyway. Dark side buffs on a basic. Armor pen, crit chance, protection, and health. They're going to get the speed advantage, but I don't think I'm going to lose this. Yeah. They're doing specials. Yeah, I can't get stunned, I think. I just want to go all out. I think that's fine. Yeah. Not bad at all. We only dropped one banner from that, and if I use Bo-Katan Mandalore, I felt like it was going to be a 54 type of situation. I don't have the right level 3 for health and protection recovery, so I think that's a win in my books. The last time I checked, I think my opponent was waiting for me at ships, so let's check out the score. Okay. I am ahead, but the gap is not as comfortable as I'd want it to be. Luckily, they did drop here. So, let's see what they're hiding at ships. Triple non-meta fleet. So, unless my PC breaks or I have a malfunction in my brain, this should be a guaranteed win in my books. So, probably going to do Profundity here, Leviathan here, and then Home 1 here. That's kind of like what I'm hoping for. So, I don't have to risk anything in terms of banners now. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And why not go with... You know what? That's all I need, because it's never going to come down to anything else. So, let's go ahead and use Profundity against Home 1. Not my typical go-to, but I do not want to do Profundity against Malevolence. I promise you that. I have lost a very, very competitive Grand Arena in the past because of that, and I'm very scarred. I will not forget that. That was like over a year ago. Never, ever forgetting that. I want to get rid of Raven's Claw. I think that's the most annoying ship on this fleet. Perfect. Worked out really well. I like getting rid of Biggs too, because it's an annoying tank. Alright, that's 2 reinforcements. Okay, not bad. Good days. Good assisting. Dodged once. Not the end of the world. I think I'm going to go with the AoE, because it gives me a higher chance of landing an ability, maybe? Or getting in the assist, I mean. Alright, interesting. Okay, what's with the dodging? And what's with the stealth? What's with the dodging? What the heck is happening? At least we got to that. Okay, cool. Not bad, not bad. But those dodges were a little concerning. Alright. Very good. No complaints there. Not bad. We got a 76. That's very, very good. So, what I'm going to do next is we're going to do... Well, I could do Home 1 anywhere, but I'm going to do Home 1 here. I think I've mastered this against Empire, and they do have Scythe, but I'm not overly concerned. I think this, and I'm going to go with a single reinforcement just in case. You simply never know. So Cassian, Ghost, Raven's Claw. Alright, I think I'm going to be okay. Unless they get crazy dodges with TIE Fighters, I don't think we're going to lose this. Okay, take it slow. Rebel B-Wing. Alright, let's take a look at this and look at the turn order. Alright, we got... It looked like a... I could be wrong. I couldn't tell if that was dodges or resists. Probably should go here. Because that's the tankier ship. Yeah, we just do too much damage. It's kind of easy. Yeah, I'm telling you, this counter is locked in. I always get nervous with like the extra reinforcement, but there's no reason to. It just turns a 76 to a 75 for no reason. So that means the last fleet is going to be Malevolence. And I never end with Leviathan, but I wanted to change it up today. So we're going to go ahead and go full reinforcements because I'm not playing around. The last time I did an Underman, I lost Interceptor early, and I was on full auto, so I'm like, I'm not playing around. Let's just send it. Okay, go here. Let's just go all out. Alrighty, let's get some turn meter. Don't think I got it. That's what I wanted, in case Spy comes out. This should be pretty big. Or a spy on the field. I'm like confused. Alright, it's Vulture, which is kind of annoying, but I guess spy was on the field. I'm not paying attention. It's good because I'm going to be missing a lot with the blind. Alright, we'll go here. It's going to be an ugly win. Unless I can find a way to stall a little bit. No, that's it. That's not going to matter, though. It's going to be a 73, I think. Just ugly. Yeah, 73 because of the health and protection on Interceptor. But the good news, that's going to be a win for the second week. And a 2071 is not bad. Not bad at all. I think it definitely could have been better. I'm a little disappointed that I wasn't able to try Satele on the Stranger. So, I'm not going to say that this was a weak defense, because it did have a number of good teams, but it was one of the weaker ones. That, compared to Fatal, this was one of the weaker defenses that I have faced. Obviously, Rey, Ben, Ezra is very scary, but we did what we had to do to get it done, and my opponent is currently attacking ships, but if you do the math, there's simply no way for them to catch up. We are going to come out with a W, so happy with the overall win. Wish we were able to test Satele against Stranger, but maybe next week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, found out a couple things about Satele and how to counter her, or what you can do on offense, or any of other types of counters. So if you guys did like this video, don't forget to leave a like on your way out, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel to support your boy Vex on the road to 10,000 subs. If we get there by the end of April, we're going to be doing a huge giveaway. Help your boy out. So may the force be with you all, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.